In this video, we are going uh, to complete the task 2.2c. But before that, task 2.1p and directly linked with 2.2c. In 2.1p, there was a code, uh, ac- ac- uh, actually a Morse code, in which we had to get our name linked on the Arduino IDE. Arduino Nano 35 So for that, we are going to code here. Uh, what? But before that, we need to understand what is a Morse code. What a Morse code is. Now, going here on Bing, Morse code. Morse code. So Morse code is a method used in telecommunication to encode text characters as standardized sequences of two different signals durations called dots. These are called the dots and dashes or dits or that. Morse code is named after this person, Samuel Morse, one of the inventors of the telegraph. Now, uh, let's see what Morse code translator. Morse code translator. If I go here on Morse code world and I type my name here, and suppose I type ARAN. So this is my name in Morse code. Morse code uses dots and dashes for the communication. If I write embedded systems, this is embedded systems in English, and this is embedded systems in Morse code. Okay, so this is embedded systems in English, and this is embedded systems in Morse code language. Now, what did the task sheet say? Let's see. The task sheet. In the task sheet, there is a video tutorial. We are going to perform live coding here and teach you how you can do Morse coding. Right. Now I go here, and if I start, what would I initially what would I need? Initially, I will what I'm going to do. I am going to just code a little, write a few lines, and then explain it. All right. Now, const end button pen equals to 2. What does this line mean? This line means here we are defining a constant integer named button pin and assigning it a value 2. This value represents the pin number to which the button is connected. In my case, I have used pin but button 2, and you can you can define it according to your wish. Okay. Now I'm going further. Int button int button state is equal to 0. Int last button. This is the universal practice. We don't include spaces between any variable or functions, right? I hope this is clear. Int last button state is equal to hi. Now bool name blinking equals to false. Int character index is equal to 0. What we have done here? Here we are declaring several variables used in the code. We are going to use these variables in our code. The button state, what it does, it holds the current state high or low of the button. The last button state, it holds the previous state of the button. That key we have to use in our task. The name blinking, uh, a boolean flag to track whether the name is currently blinking. Then here comes the char index. It keeps track of the index of the character being blinked in the name. This is what we have done till now. Now creating an array, actually a buffer for the user input name of size 100. Then close this. Input in type of input the index equals to 0. Then I'll I will introduce the setup function, a function which I will name setup. Any we can name it anything. Void, but uh, we know void setup is called only once. Void setup, void setup, void setup. The order here, uh, order of the program in these types of programs don't matter much. So I am doing the dot function, the dat procedure, or the main function, matlab, the main description of the code up and down. So you can choose it accordingly. Now I do pin mode uh, LED built in, and I say give the output 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 sorry pin mode button pin pull up. Then I say, then I print a message, ln, enter the one word message slash name. Okay, and I close this one. What what I'm going what I'm going to do is setup function will be called once at the start of the program. Okay. Uh, so what it does, it sets the LED pin, LED built-in as an output, and the button pin as an input with a pull-up resistor. It prints a message on the serial monitor, prompting the user to input the name. Okay, but okay. I have left one very important line, very important instruction for the code, which is serial dot begin. What does the serial dot begin do? It establishes communication between the serial monitor, right? Uh, it will initialize this serial communication with the baud rate of the of like 9600, ideal, which is ideal in Arduino programming, right? 9600. This will establish the serial dot begin will establish communication with a baud rate of 9600 for debugging purposes. Then sets the LED pin, LED built-in as an output, and the button pin as an input with a pull-up resistor. Prints this line, serial dot print ln. This line will print a message, this message on the serial monitor, prompting the user to input the name or any one-word message. So we can do like this also. And for going in the next line is print ln. Oh, sorry, print ln. Okay. Now, sorry. Now what we had to do? We have to do actually, how will those dots and dashes will how will those be represented, right? For dots and dashes, I'm these for dots and these for dashes. You can see. Uh, Now I'll be introducing some procedures. I'll be introducing some procedures for dots as well as for dash in my code, and later I will call them whenever needed. Okay, so I go here. Now I do void. This is my, these are all my procedures. Oh, sorry. I go here, write a procedure dot for dot. I do digital write LED, sorry, built in, built in high and delay for, or sorry, for 250. Then I do digital right LED built in low. Give it a delay. Again, I am going to give it a delay of 250, and this is my procedure for dot. Similarly, I am going to do for dash. I will just copy to C. I'll just copy it here and rename the procedure. Okay, dash dash built-in high delay. Now for high, let me. I will give some different duration. 1500. Now these dots and dashes function control the blinking of the LED, simulating dots and dashes in Morse code. They turn the LED on and off with specific delays to present the patterns. Now, uh, now comes the question: what is your approach in doing such type of problems? See, there are multiple approaches. We can do. We can just type our name in here in the code itself and run it in the while loop for and take the input from the user. If the name entered matches, the while loop runs and the desired output is achieved through the blinking in Arduino Nano 33 IoT board. One uh, one more one more way of solving this can be um these are just simple approaches. What I have just told you with while loop, this can also be done with if and else, also. But these type of approaches will only work for one name. Here, my name is Aryan. If I do this in my code, so for only Rn it will be blinking, and for others it won't. But we want some reusable code, right? For reusability, I have another approach. I am going to use the switch case. Switch cases, uh, l- like there are A to Z alphabets. So there are A to Z 26 alphabets, and we can use 26 in total, 26 cases for a. If there is a dot and dash, so what we'll do, we will use switch case. In switch case, we will implement case a. Then these procedures what we have made here, the void dot and void dash in in a. Once in the beginning we will call the dot function, then we'll call the dash function, and that's how a will be blinked. A will be blinked on the built-in LED of the Arduino Nano 33 IoT board. So let's perform this, and uh, naming this as, I will name my uh, this procedure as the void Morse encryption. Morse encryption. Then we have will On the serial monitor, will definitely we will write some character letters only. So character type of variable name, um, then using the switch approach for switch name, then I'll use the case sorry case A. In case A, it is a dot. The dot is called, this dot is called, then dash, dash will be called, and then break. This is the function of, this is how this switch case work, right? Now we'll complete this code and meet again, right? Okay. Now the void loop function, it contains the main logic of the program, which runs repeatedly. If it reads the state of the button, and when the button is pressed and its state changes, it toggles the name blinking flag to start or stop blinking the name. It also resets the car index to the beginning of the name. If name blinking is true, it goes through each character of input name and blinks it in Morse code. The delay between the the delay between the what we can say, the blinks, uh, here I have set it for 1 second, delay 1000 for 1 second. Okay, now here comes the very important part of the code, reading user input from the serial monitor. Okay, what we are going to do, what we did here, we uh, made a while loop in which there is a serial available loop at the end. In the end, this in the end, which continuously reads characters from the serial monitor. As characters are read, they are stored in the input name array. Once the new line character is encountered or the array size is reached, the input name is set up for blinking and naming. Name blinking is set to true. Uh, Once a new line character is encountered or the array size is reached, in the beginning we made an array of 100 characters, right? If 100 characters are given to it, it will stop and the blinking is seen. This is what this is what the code says. Okay. Now, as for the output, uh, we will for the output, I will attach one video in which I have used this code with my nano board, and I have printed I have written my name over to the serial monitor, and it uh, and blinking can be seen on the built-in LED light of the nano board. Okay, so I hope this much of the code is understandable as of now. Okay, thank you.